Today we are going to discuss favipiravir or the commonly used name Fabiflu 400 milligram in COVID-19 patients or in corona positive patients. We are using Fabiflu 400 milligram which is launched by the pharmaceutical company Glenmark. Now we should know what is favipiravir. Favipiravir is an antiviral drug that was developed for the treatment of resistant influenza virus in Japan. It's an antiviral drug for the treatment of resistant influenza virus. Now its biochemical name is the 6-fluoro 3-hydroxy 2-pyrazine carboxamide. That means it's a totally synthetic drug. It's a synthetic drug, and the generic names being the Abigan and Avigan. These are the generic names, but the brand name is the Fabiflu, which is launched by the pharmaceutical company Glenmark. Favipiravir is a modified pyrazine analog. It's a modified pyrazine analog. That means, as you can see, this favipiravir is a modified pyrazine analog, or we can say purine nucleoside analog or a derivative of pyrazine carboxamide. Initially, it is approved for the treatment of influenza that was resistant to the oseltamivir or zanamivir. It is initially approved for the treatment of influenza that was resistant to the oseltamivir and zanamivir. These are the antiviral drug. So it is used in resistant cases of influenza. Now, what is the mechanism of action of the favipiravir? It inhibits the enzyme. Which enzyme? It inhibits the enzyme, as you can see, RNA dependent RNA polymerase. It inhibits the enzyme RNA dependent RNA polymerase, which is used in transcription and replication of the viral genome. Okay, it inhibits the enzyme. Which enzyme? RNA dependent RNA polymerase. And what is the function of this enzyme? Function of enzyme is the transcription and replication of the viral genome. Favipiravir has also been investigated for use in the treatment of viral hemorrhagic fever, that is the Ebola virus. That was, we can say, as a not pandemic, actually it's an endemic in the foreign countries, Ebola virus, Lassa virus, and currently this favipiravir, its trials are started for the treatment of COVID-19. Means it is in phase 3 for the treatment of COVID-19. Now, incorporation of favipiravir into a newly formed RNA strand, preventing its elongation and proliferation of the viral genome. What does it do? Incorporation of the favipiravir into a newly formed RNA strand of a virus. So when that particular drug is given, it will get incorporated, and it will incorporated into a newly formed RNA strand and prevent its elongation and proliferation of the viral genome. So we can say it will inhibit the replication of the viral genome. So there is a competitive binding of RNA dependent RNA polymerase by the favipiravir and purine nucleoside, which ultimately affects the viral replication and transcription. Viral replication and transcription. So this is the mechanism of action. The drug was developed in Japan by Toyoma Chemicals Company for the treatment of influenza A and B and approved for use only in Japan. Actually, it is developed in Japan for the treatment of influenza A and B, and it is used only in Japan. Current research is being done for the treatment of other RNA viral infections such as Ebola virus, Lassa virus, Nipah virus, and nowadays the pandemic virus, that is the coronavirus or SARS-CoV-2, the novel coronavirus, or that we can say SARS-CoV-2. Now, pharmacokinetic properties. Pharmacokinetic properties of favipiravir. It has a molecular weight of 157.1 gram per mole. It has a very high absorption rate of 97.6, highly bound to the plasma protein 54%, out of which 65 binds to the serum albumin, 6.5% binds to the alpha acid glycoprotein. So basically this favipiravir is a prodrug which is metabolized by the reactions like ribosylation and phosphorylation, forming an active form, and that active form is known as, what is the name of active form? Favipiravir ribofuransil 5 triphosphate. It is a prodrug, so it has an active form. Active form favipiravir ribofuransil 5 triphosphate. It is metabolized in the liver and get eliminated by the kidney. Favipiravir metabolites in the liver, it will get metabolized in the liver and it will get eliminated through the kidney or by renal excretion. Now, adverse effects of the favipiravir: reduce body weight because it may lead to anorexia. So there is a chances of reduction in the body weight. It may lead to vomiting, reduce locomotive activity due to weakness. So there is a reduced locomotor activity, decrease production of the RBCs. So there is chance of anemia, decreased production of RBCs, reduced body weight, vomiting. Then there is a hepatotoxicity, or we can say there is increased liver function test or increased liver enzymes such as production of aspartate aminotransferase, alkaline phosphatase, alanine aminotransferase. So you have to check the liver function test before prescribing all these drugs. You have to check the liver function test, LFT, before prescribing favipiravir. When it is given to the pregnant lady, it may lead to teratogenicity. That means it is teratogenic. It can cause congenital defects. Therefore, it should not be used in pregnant woman, or it should be avoided in pregnant woman. Now the most important thing, favipiravir and COVID-19. As of recent, favipiravir was one of the experimental drug. So keep in mind this sentence or this word, it's an experimental drug. It is not the approved drug. It is just an experimental drug on trial for COVID-19 because it is still in the phase 3 trial. It is an experimental drug because it is still in the phase 3 trial. A viral infection caused by the novel coronavirus. The drug had shown 80% of efficacy and it's moving to the third phase of the trial against COVID-19. Okay, it is in the third phase and it's a experimental drug. The underlying mechanism of the favipiravir is the metabolization of its active form because it's a prodrug. So what does it do? It will inhibit the RNA dependent RNA polymerase and it will interfere, inhibit or stop the transcription and replication of the viral genome. It will interfere with the RNA dependent RNA polymerase and it will stop or inhibit the transcription and replication of the viral genome. The initial study was done in Japan and China in Feb 2020 with the evidence of reduced time of viral clearance. So what does it do? It will reduce the time of viral clearance. If you want the reference is given. It has been approved for use in treatment of COVID-19 in countries like China, Japan, Italy and Russia as of June 11, 2020 and also in India because the Glenmark has launched favipiravir as the FabiFlu drug. So Glenmark launches FabiFlu. Glenmark Pharmaceuticals announced that it will introduce 400 milligram version of oral antiviral Fabiflu for the treatment of mild to moderate COVID-19 in India. It has already launched, and the company informs that higher strength will improve the patient compliance and experience by effectively reducing the number of tablets that patient require per day. Now the dosage of Fabiflu that we all know, it is available in 200 milligram or in 400 milligram. If it is available in 200 milligram, then you have to take 18 tablets on day 1. Okay, 18 tablets on day 1, 9 in the morning and 9 in the evening. 9 in the morning and 9 in the evening, and which is followed by 8 tablets each day thereafter for a maximum 14 days. Okay, and with the new 400 milligram version, patient need to consume 9 tablets on day 1, 4.5 in the morning and 4.5 in the evening, and thereafter 2 tablets twice a day from day 2 till the end of course. So it is a commonly used drug Fabiflu in novel coronavirus patient having some what we can say lung opacities in HRCT or in pneumonia developed patient. So it is commonly used drug nowadays in corona patients. So this is all about Favipiravir or Fabiflu. Thank you.